Democrats in the House, Senate, and across the country right now don't seem to be too happy with the Democratic Party's new vice chair, David Hogg. Because David, who, as we all know, of course, is a Parkland survivor, actually wants to kind of revamp the Democratic Party, make it a little bit younger, make it a little bit more aggressive, so the establishment folks across the country are freaking the hell out. And you know what? They should be. Because these are the people that have been dragging the Democratic Party down for decades. People like James Carville, who recently referred to David Hogg last week as a, quote, little twerp. Little twerp. Said the man who really has no victories to speak of, he should be thanking Ross Perot for anybody even knowing his name. Because had it not been for Ross Perot siphoning off enough votes to allow Bill Clinton to win by less than 50% of the popular vote in 1992, nobody in this country would know or care who James Carville is. Nevertheless, David Hogg is making waves within the Democratic Party because he told the New York Times recently he wants the party to pledge about $20 million to bringing in challengers to incumbent Democrats, which again is a very aggressive move. However, it's a very smart move. He wants to bring in younger people since we have this aging Democratic Party, and it's a Democratic Party whose approval rating is at the lowest point in history. So obviously Democrats, even with as unpopular as Trump and the Republicans are, Democrats are still not resonating with people. So David Hogg, young blood, comes in vice chair of the DNC and says, let's change this. Let's do better. And the Democrats are pissed off. Let me read you some of these quotes. I think this is a mistake, said a House Democrat who spoke anonymously. Friggin' coward. Now, are people pissed? I don't know a single person who is happy about it. Another Democrat told Axios, quote, it seems inappropriate for a DNC vice chair to threaten sitting Dems. Another one said they're totally dumbfounded that instead of focusing on winning, we're focusing inward in a circular firing squad. You guys sound worried. Why are you worried? Are you one of those aging lawmakers that pretend that you can just live there forever in D.C. and not ever have to face your constituents again because you're in a safe blue district? Maybe. Maybe you're one of those Democrats that's so spineless that you're not even willing to give your name when you want to criticize your own party, right? I mean, all three of you actually fit that bill. Maybe you're some of the Democrats in Washington, D.C. right now that think, hey, we could just sit back and do nothing, maybe issue a strong tweet every now and then, and the Republicans will tank themselves. We don't have to embrace the public. Meanwhile, you got Bernie Sanders and AOC crisscrossing the country, drawing tens of thousands of people in red states. A new poll came out last week showing that 72% of Democrats in the country, 72%, want the party to abandon their centrist positions. They want the party, 72% of Democrats want the party to go further left. I am part of that 72%. I'm a registered Democrat. I want us to move to the left. I'm in the majority. If you're fighting against this, by the way, like these sitting lawmakers, you're in the minority. Most people think you're wrong, and your way is wrong, and your path is wrong. Let's face it, Democrats, we shouldn't have lost in 2024. That was crazy. But your failures let this guy get back into the White House. And let's admit that. We failed. Not because we had a horrible candidate. I think Kamala Harris was a good candidate. I think Tim Walz was a good candidate. I don't think we had bad candidates. We had bad strategy. We had bad messaging. We spent all this time for 4 years thinking, oh, Trump's gone. He's not going to come back. We got this in the bag. We don't have to endear ourselves to working class people. We don't have to go out there and talk to them, kind of like Republicans aren't going out there and talking to people these days. You got complacent, and then you got your asses kicked. You got your asses kicked in the 2022 midterms. Maybe not as bad as you thought it was going to happen, not as bad as had been predicted, but it happened. And then you got totally wiped out of all majorities in 2024. That should tell you, that alone should tell you what you're doing is not right. Figure it out and do something different. And that's what David Hogg is saying. He's just saying, let's try this. And anybody that is against just trying this new idea after we got our asses handed to us shouldn't be listened to. David Hogg is doing the right thing. He is somebody we should be listening to. New ideas, fresh ideas, new directions are not something to be feared. But for far too many establishment Democrats, this is the most terrifying thing they have ever heard. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.